What's up, YouTube? It's vlog day 3, I guess. I thought I continue to be shocked at how well these are doing. It's awesome that people are watching them. It's fun. It's a lot of fun to make. What are you peeking on me for? She's not. You got to walk out here naked? Because I might accidentally turn the camera the wrong way. Um, I love all the dudes in the comments that are like, I'm only watching the vlog to try to get a peek of your wife's boobs. Well, if she puts on pretty much anything I bought her, you're going to get a nice show. So stay tuned. Um, I was happy to see that my second vlog of the night, yeah, that second vlog from yesterday I almost didn't post. When I was putting together, I thought this is the biggest shit video ever. My wife really did not want me, like, of all of the shit that I've said on this channel, she legitimately was not feeling that fart. Oh my God, it's crazy. So, I'm gonna try again today. We're gonna see how is gonna go. I've got my monster. I'm happy to report that I'm gonna have to weigh again in a minute because I have these certain conditions that I have to meet in the morning before I can count the morning weight, because the conditions have to be exactly the same every day so that I can tell if sorry, I should have warned you, Allie. You're okay. Allison just stormed into the bathroom. My wife was naked. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, the conditions have to be perfect every day or you can't count the weight. So you have to have some condition that is exactly the same. So basically my conditions are, usually I wake up, I drink a monster, then I go sit on the toilet and urinate and basically clear out my system minus the energy drink. And then that is that's the condition that I pretty much repeat every day. And so that's my baseline weight. That's basically how this works. So I have done the second half, but I haven't finished my monster. So when I finish my monster, then I suspect that I'm going to be weighing 203.6 or possibly slightly higher this morning, which means I will have a net weight gain of about 1.4 pounds since yesterday. So I'm feeling that because I ate a ton of food. I may or may not show you this, but in the video last night, I showed you that big distended belly. I woke up this morning and it's gone. It does it every night. You just have this huge belly, and then it's like everything just goes from your stomach into your muscles. And so my tiny little waist is back. My abs are back, looking nice and lean in the belly section. So that's good, obviously. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this bedtime or this pillow talk video short and get up and start my day. And Sarah's gonna try to get me out of the house today. It's already, I think it was like 95 degrees earlier this morning, and the humidity in Texas is already nearly 100%. I think it was like 78% humidity yesterday. So the second you walk outside, you just feel like you're in a fucking sauna. I really miss the mountains. I cannot tell you how much I miss the mountains. So again, thank you to everybody who's been watching these videos. If you continue to stay tuned, hopefully they're going to get better. But we'll see what happens. I've got to come up with something to eat because I'm starving. I increased my MK677 dose slightly. I was taking 6.25 milligrams, and I bumped it up to 7.5 milligrams twice a day starting this morning, which is a small increase, obviously. But like, I like to just bump it up a little bit at a time to fight off the lethargy. And every time I bump it up, I get a little bit, my diet goes up a little bit more, and I gain a little bit more. And I'm trying to gain weight rapidly, but like in a controlled manner, because I don't want to get fat. So that's where we're at today. I'll check back when I've got more interesting content to share with you. Refrigerated time. Today's breakfast of choice is going to be, nope. We're going to go with the rising crust. This thing, maybe I'll shoot a video, gets very large. That's what she said. 330 calories per serving, 6 servings. Alexa, what's 6 times 330?
30 is 1,980.
1,980 calories in this pizza. 16 grams of protein per serving. Alexa, what's 6 times 16?
6 times 16 is 96.
Almost 2,000 calories and 96 grams of protein in that pizza right there, boys and girls. See, this is why I don't know math, because I always ask her to do the math for me. It's just like I used to be able to drive all over the DFW Metroplex with no navigation. Now that I have navigation, I can't get anywhere without it. So the human animal is in rapid decline because of the fact that we use technology. So there's the pizza. I'll come back later and show you the finished product. I would like to mention, I'm not going to make an entire, I might make a Tren Sanity video. I don't follow sports, but I get the news every day. And, you know, people are always telling me I'm going to drop dead from all the things that I do and how dangerous it is and all this stuff. Did you guys hear the tragic news about, I think this the guy's last name was Grayson, I think. I should have looked again. I'm terrible with names. This 30-year-old PGA Tour golfer just killed himself. The guy was playing in a PGA Tour event. He had 2 holes left. Apparently, he was hacking the fucking course up to begin with. He was like 3 over on the day. I think he was like 5 over for the tournament. Apparently, he wasn't very good. I think he only won 2 tournaments in his entire career. And he just fucking quit. He quit the tournament with 2 holes left. They found him dead the next day. It was suicide. See, man, you just never know. You never know what people are going through. Guys seem to have it made. He played fucking golf for a living. Can you imagine? Apparently he was recovering alcoholic, you know. And that's the thing. Like, people try to judge people for their lives. Like, this guy played golf for a living, killed himself at 30. Meanwhile, we've got people doing some of the most miserable fucking jobs for next to no pay. They just keep trucking right along. It's the way it goes, I guess. I'll be back later. This is the finished product. As you can see, very thick crust. This is like $6 for 2,000 calories and 90 grams, a little bit over 90 grams of protein. I mean, you cannot go wrong with this. Obviously, it has some fat in it. Each serving has, there's the catch. Each serving has 13 grams of fat. Times, Alexa, what's 6 times 13?
6 times 13 is 78.
78 grams of fat in that pizza. So that more or less makes typically I keep my fat to about 90 grams a day, but it's not like a hard fast number because I'm bulking. So if I go over a little bit. So one of the things that is interesting about my diet is before the MK677, my diet was very heavily backloaded in the day. So like it was really hard. I had no appetite first thing in the morning. So I would go to bed, wake up, and I would have a Monster or something, and it would be hours before. Like I would eat like a bowl, like a Jimmy Dean sausage bowl. Maybe I could get that down. It's about 500 calories. And then I wouldn't eat sometimes until dinner. Like my calories were always getting crammed in at the end of the day. And so I would be force feeding myself, and more often than not, I wouldn't make it. Now what's happening is the absolute reverse on MK677, where I wake up ravenous. I'll eat the better part of this pizza. I'll eat at least half of these 2,000 calories, at least. And so I'm front loading my diet. So I've had 450 calories of honey bun. I'm going to have probably 1,500 calories of this pizza at least. And then what happens as the day goes on is that my meals get cleaner and cleaner. So my dinner will have little to no fat in it usually. My meal preps are very little to no fats, just chicken breast, white rice, stuff like that. So my fats get front loaded to the first half of the day now versus the back. And I usually don't snack on fatty foods. So like, you know, if I get into the potato chips or ice cream a little bit at the end of the day, but usually I snack on just pure sugar. So that's one of the luxuries is if I get my fats a little early in the day and I'm light on carbs, and then I want to snack in the evening, eat bags of candy or handfuls of Twizzlers, it's just pure sugar. There's no fat. So the fat calories is what burns you, or the fat, yeah, because there's 9 calories in every gram of fat versus 4 calories in every gram of carbs. So it's the fat when you're trying to restrict your caloric intake. It's the fat that you really have to look out for. People are always like, carbs are the enemy. Bullshit. So there you have it. This is what I'm going to eat for basically breakfast. Is a big ass pizza, and then I'll check in later. So this is what a typical gaming day looks like. So I'm playing Diablo 4 with my minion master, I think that's what we used to call it, minions, skeletal build, whatever they're called now. So on one screen, I have basically my build menu that I'm working off of. Then I've got my game, and then I've got the Paragon board that I'm working off of, so I constantly know what I'm doing while I'm playing, and then I have my delicious pizza. So this constitutes a large portion of my day, at least while my wife spends her time getting ready for the day. It takes me 10 minutes. I just, shave, throw on some clothes. Sometimes I wear a hat, sometimes sometimes I do my hair, which takes like 2 minutes. So while she's in there showering and putting her makeup on and stuff, I usually start my day something like this. If I'm not gaming, then I'm making videos, which I'm going to be doing here shortly after I get through eating this pizza. But this is pretty much what it looks like every day. So I just got an interesting update in the, not, I want to say me versus Todd Lee, but that's not really what it is. For those of you who've been watching my videos lately, I made a Tren rant about a video that Todd Lee produced titled Everything You Need to Know About Nandrolone. Obviously, I took substantial exception to some of the points that he was making. Primarily, he was saying that you basically can't run test and nandrolone together without problems. And I disagreed with his description of what causes nandrolone-induced gyno, and his reasoning for DECA producing collagen. That he basically said that. Well, anyway, I actually got a response to him. So I went on his video after watching it before I made mine, and I left this comment. Is this a troll video? Gyno on 19-Nor drugs has absolutely nothing to do with upregulation of the androgen receptor. 19-Nor gyno is 100% caused by the fact that antagonizing the progesterone receptor releases prolactin, and you are getting prolactin-induced gyno. I have field tested this myself, where I crushed my estrogen into the toilet and still had gyno on test and trenbolone. After adding cabergoline, the gyno went away. Point number 2, the joint effects of DECA are absolutely available long-term. He said there was only short-term effects and are caused by collagen synthesis. Before adding DECA to the mix, I had constant shoulder and elbow problems. Rotating my shoulder, I could feel the ball in the socket grinding, popping, getting temporarily hung. I could literally feel the joint itself. Adding DECA, I can no longer feel my shoulder joint grinding or popping at all. I feel like I'm 16 years old again and have for months. I have zero joint pain at all on DECA, and the effects last. Well, then I produced the Tren rant video, completely melting down, and in the process of the video called this guy a low-life piece of shit for parroting what I consider to be the bro science misinformation about the cause of nandrolone gyno. So he saw my comment and apparently went and watched my video. I should look to see if he actually commented on my video. His response to my comment was, yeah, I saw your video. Yes, it has some collagen synthesis, which I state in this video. I admitted I only made it halfway through, so he may be right there. Just not as much as EQ, and EQ is a better choice for this purpose, assuming the AI effect isn't too much of a deterrent. That's very interesting. I have never read that EQ is good at producing collagen. He said, sorry about your gyno experience. I know there is a popular rumor about DECA and prolactin, but I've never seen it on blood work in real life. I have with Tren, but not DECA. So he seems to be admitting that the trenbolone gyno can be caused by prolactin. He just does not see that same thing happening with nandrolone.
So again, there's a lot of factors at play here. Cavalser's been in my comments talking about upregulation of the progesterone receptors and various different things. And then he goes on to say, I thought it odd you called me a low-life piece of shit because we don't see eye to eye on these tiny details. I think you're on too much Tren. Your anger is clouding your judgment like Anakin in episode 3. Fucking standing fucking ovation for fucking Todd Lee. This comment just totally changed the way I view about him. First of all, he's the only person who's had the balls to even respond to me at all. I have made videos about Vigorous and More Plates, More Dates and all these other people, and they don't want to argue any of the science, discuss any of the data. So mad respect for fucking Todd for even responding, especially after I called him a low-life piece of shit. He could have chosen to take the low road and attack me, and he didn't. So this is the response that I wrote to him. I'll probably make an entire video about this, but since I don't know that I'll get it out today, I just wanted to convey this here. This really does deserve its own video. I said, laughing, crying faces. I must admit, I am kind of an anti-hero fan, and Anakin/Vader is definitely one of my favorites. That being said, thank you for actually responding. You are the only other person in this community to be willing to do so. You are so right about the nasty name calling. Tren Rage videos are just one of the many series I shoot on my channel, and I tend to get a bit out of control when the rage starts flowing. For that, I apologize. Your tough skin in this matter speaks a great deal to your character. Our differences of opinion / anecdotal experiences aside, it's clear that we both have a love for bodybuilding and bodybuilding pharmacology and enjoy sharing our experiences with others. Maybe one day, with enough people like us willing to guinea pig our bodies and honestly share our experiences, we will not have to guess at how 19 Norgyno occurs, because the army of bro scientists and pro-anabolic MDs will have done the important work of ferreting out what the greater medical community has no interest in figuring out, and we can pave the way for men of the future to be able to safely and confidently take their lives and physiques to the next level. So, again, I doubt he's watching my fucking vlog videos, but Todd, if you are watching, you see this before the video that I make, man, that stand-up fucking response to my unique type of fucking personality. You know, I go hard on everybody. It's just the way that I go, and his response to that was fucking ideal. And so that tells me what a fucking stand-up guy he really is. At the end of the day, man, whether you go out and you get an MD next to your name, whether you had an MD next to your name when you started doing steroids, or you're just some fucking asshole like me who's sitting in their office or in their house trying to figure this shit out, like we're all basically fighting the same battle together. And there are so many variables, and there are so many different things when it comes to the way my body responds to one drug is different than the way Todd's responds or somebody else's responds. And because of the fact that there is no good data, and at the end of the day, what we're really trying to do is just piece together, you know, it's always just like process of elimination and all kinds of shit, you know? Like that's how I figured out Caber worked. Is I kept taking more and more AIs. It didn't do the trick. I added Caber in. Things got better. Who fucking knows? You know, I know what works for me. Todd knows what works for him. Somebody else in my comments knows what works for them. At the end of the day, this is what makes medical science so different. You know, I mean, look at the experience I just had in the hospital. I was given a fucking antibiotic that, you know, you could give to 100,000 people and they would have no problem. I was one of the 5 in 100,000 people that got really fucked up by it. And so there you have it. Like, that's the thing, you know? Maybe my body has a strange reaction to nandrolone, or his does, or whatever. There's no way to know. All we can know at the end of the day is what works for us and what doesn't. And, man, this is inspiring to see somebody like this. So I will definitely give his content another shot. Hopefully he will watch some of my other videos, and maybe he and I can come at this shit together from 2 different angles and try to figure this shit out for everybody, because what we're doing and what we're sharing is really for the community at large. Like, he's a fucking IFBB pro already. He doesn't have to fucking tell anybody shit. I already built the physique that I want. I don't have to tell anybody shit. When we put ourselves out here in public, yeah, we get the ego boost of having fans and followers, and sure, that feels good, but at the end of the day, we're trying to make the community at large better because we all benefit from it. And so I was really happy to see that he responded at all and that he responded in the way that he did. Clearly I was wrong about dude. Fucking super stand-up guy. So thanks again, Todd. And I'll follow up with you guys later on in the day with what's going on at our house. We were hoping to get out and do something other than record vlog videos at home, and some fucked up storm blew through. You probably heard it in the video that I posted earlier. You can hear the thunder just going off in the background. So I don't know if we're gonna make it outdoors for anything today, but I'll try to keep the content interesting one way or the other. So I'll check back with you later. What you doing?
Cooking dinner.
What do we got?
Pepper steak.
Oh, I guess I should have noticed with all of the, I think these are called, I think they're called vegetables.
Yes, lots of us enjoy eating vegetables.
For me, they're just like these annoying things that I have to pick around. Or like in the instance of the onions here, I do eat onions. I just don't, I'm not sure why I eat them for any other reason than taste.
I'm not sure why we eat onions for any reason except for taste either.
Because I don't think they have really anything that I actually need in them. And then she puts green pepper and red pepper, which I absolutely just avoid at all costs.
But they're very flavorful and I enjoy them.
So what do you think about that Todd Lee situation?
I think that he was pretty good about it. I think you were an asshole and he was really nice. And
he handled me
He
perfectly.
gave you a little back in a good way.
Yeah,
He didn't just lay down.
No.
And he also wasn't like hateful and childish.
That's right. He didn't sink to my level.
Yeah.
He didn't get baited into doing what I do when somebody triggers me and then having a foaming at the mouth fit. I mean, that is kind of my thing, though.
That is very much your thing. That he wasn't a bully, yet he didn't get bullied.
He wasn't a bully, yet he didn't get bullied.
You know what I mean?
Well said. Yeah, I was impressed. I got to give it to the guy. That was fucking stand-up shit, because I would not have been able to tolerate that. You know, like I shoot these Tren rage videos, and you know I do it in one take, man. It just all comes flying out. And I think I've gotten to the point where I get ignored by every big name in the community, to where I just assume no one's gonna fucking see it or respond to it anyway. And then there's also the secondary fact that when you're growing a channel like mine, all publicity is good publicity. You know, look at this. My cat is over here, waiting patiently to be let in. Hey, come in. Mosquitoes, in. Okay, dude, the mosquitoes, we live right on the lake, like one street off the lake, and the mosquitoes are horrific. So I'm constantly yelling at the kids to close the door. What was I saying? Basically, I was just saying that I've gotten so used to being, any publicity is good publicity. So even if I have literally considered just making completely outlandish claims about somebody, just trying to trigger them enough to get them to be like, I think I actually have more subscribers than Todd Lee does. His videos, though, get more views like per video than mine, which is one of the weird things about subscribers to views, is that they don't really necessarily translate. So, you know, I'm just shy of 10,000 subscribers, but I have lots of videos that don't even get 1,000 views, whereas he's got currently fewer subscribers, but clearly a more dedicated audience, because he has his view ratio is higher. So, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, my response, I guess I read you the comments already, so I don't keep beating this to death. I was actually going to go shoot a video to clear the air about this deal, and then my wife started cooking in here, and I can't fucking cope with the sound. She looks like she wants to say something. Did you have something to add, my queen?
No, but I'm very sorry that me making your meals is
You
interrupting.
ruined my apology video.
Yeah,
I was in the
very,
middle of
very
trying to take the high ground and admit that I was wrong for calling somebody a low life piece of shit for not agreeing with me, and then you had to go to fucking cooking my meal in here in very loud volume.
Sorry.
That mic in there, I got to do something. See, I can't hold this phone's wearing me out. I got to do something with that mic. If I would just use my Rode mic, it wouldn't be a problem. But then it's like constantly with the battery charging. Is it connected? Is it not connected? You shoot an entire video that you love, and then it's like fucking 50 minutes of video, and you go to put it on your computer. Oh, something malfunctioned with the audio. It's like, it's PTSD inducing.
And now, because you had the brilliant idea of getting your 6-year-old involved in social media, I now have those kinds of things to worry about too.
Are you wearing the top that I think you're wearing?
Are you asking me if I'm wearing a nursing tank top?
Look at this top that she's got on her hair. I'm gonna show you this cool little thing this does.
Stop.
See this top? You can take this little tab and pop that, and then do you have a cover on? What do you have underneath there? Nothing.
I have a pasty on underneath it.
I was wondering if I could show. Will YouTube let me show pasties?
I don't know, but it's not necessary.
What do you mean it's not necessary? It's all for the views, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah, all the Benjamins we're going to get from that.
What if I could expose you down to your pasties?
Enough.
You would do it. You'd be like, look at this. Hey, we have a lot of people who are they're just dead set on getting these shots.
Yeah.
They like have very famous breasts apparently.
Dr. Brian Armijo.
If you're watching this video and you're thinking about hiring me, please just disregard anything that's being discussed right now. Don't worry, I don't talk this way in front of clients. This cat is not getting the picture, bruh. Do you know what it is? It's because I'm opening the door. If I stand out of the way, then maybe she'll come in. Okay. What an idiot. I thought she was smart. She just sit there and look in on us like a freaking creeper. Well, anyway, look at our Dr. Pepper stash. This is how much shit we go through that it's just sitting in the floor. My wife, it's like she thinks like the zombie apocalypse is going to come tomorrow, and she's going to go without a Dr. Pepper.
I don't like to go without Dr. Pepper, but when Mike runs out of something in this house, we have the Tren rant in this house. Let the milk get the day of the date, or let him run out of protein water or whatever it is he likes. And it's a war zone in here, and it's not worth it. So I would rather have my stock over here than have Mike run out of something.
She is right. So like what'll happen?
He used to
Hey,
make
wait. When I'm changing the screen,
Sorry.
if you talk, for some reason the phone can't navigate. So when I hit the screen switch button, it chops the audio every time. So I'm gonna have to like hold my hand up, then you can pause talking so I can change this.
For our very professional videos here.
Well, we're trying to do it.
I totally get it. So one day back when I was working, I'm coming home from work, and Mike was apparently going to make a shake, but the milk that was completely good, nothing wrong with it at all. I was drinking it, kids are drinking it. There's totally nothing wrong with it. It was the day of, on the date, the sell-by date, or is it best by date, whatever it is. And instead of like smelling it, seeing if it's good, which I already knew it was, he got so angry, he had the mixes of a shake, and he threw the shake thing against the wall in the kitchen, smashed the shit everywhere, and left it there until I got home and cleaned it up.
I don't believe this happened. I broke the shake thing. What do you mean?
You threw it. I don't know if you broke it. Your little ninja thing that you used to make stuff in?
Yeah, that little ninja blender?
Yeah.
The little bullet blender?
Yeah.
I threw the cup with all the stuff in it.
Yeah, against the tile over there by the refrigerator.
Well, I don't.
There
under-
was this
I don't
shit
understand.
everywhere.
I don't understand. See, this is what I call this is what I'm talking to her about, the fact that we live in a causal universe.
It was my fault, clearly. that
What
you
was
did that.
what was the cause of that very irrational behavior? The fucking milk was out of date.
But
If the
wasn't
milk,
bad. If the milk was bad,
no,
that would
but
make
it's out of
sense.
date. Okay, see, here's the thing.
Those don't have any.
Here's the thing. The person that's sitting over here talking about my irrational meltdown over the milk being out of date is the same person who ate chicken out of the refrigerator that was 11 days old and that was sick for 24 hours. So I don't trust her. I don't trust her. I understand that the likelihood that drinking milk the day of the date is probably not going to be an issue. Like, I get that. But if I'm wrong and I'm vomiting up rotten milk, like, that's going to completely fuck up my gains. Then I'm going to be back to losing weight. Then I have to it's like a total disaster. I'm not so poor as to not be able to afford more milk if we have like a quarter of a gallon left and it's past the date. I'm just not taking that fucking risk.
You're also not.
Wait.
The store and get something.
Bro, when I say wait, you gotta wait so I don't fuck up the audio. So I'm not so broken what?
That you can't go to the store, well, because when I'm at work, if you want different milk than what I purchased.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to the store. I'm in the middle of making a protein smoothie. I'm not gonna stop in the middle of that and go to the store. Your job is to make sure I never run out of shit.
Well, back then, my job was to work outside the home.
Well, you gotta do both things, dude. You can't be.
I got to do everything.
Yeah, well, if you gotta do everything, you gotta do everything. Because what suspiciously is going on over here, and I admittedly, obviously
It's
it's.
going in your plate.
No, it's fucking not. Oh my God! Do you see what I mean? This is why I don't listen to shit she says about what I can and can't put in my mouth. She just picked that up off the floor and ate it.
And it was oh so tasty.
It was oh my God, Sarah. I mean, you might as well go back to just being like, why don't you just eat off the floor, chew on doorknobs? You could just go back to your infancy. Maybe that's why we're all sick, is because we get old and we start getting germophobic. The kid, infants crawl around on the floor all the time and put everything they find in their mouth. Maybe if we went around licking doorknobs, we'd be healthier.
Allie's been sick one time in her entire life, and she eats off the floor all the time.
See, I think what's really going on here is that she's trying to get a maid again. We used to have a maid, and then we don't.
I paid for it with my money.
I think she wants. I'm about to have to hire a maid and a cook because what I'm watching in here is fucking terrifying. If you will pick that shit up off the floor and put it in your mouth, there is no telling what you would put on my plate.
I do your plate unless I'm really mad at you.
What the fuck do you mean unless you're really mad at me?
Don't be a dick.
What if you put... I don't even want to know. I don't even want to fucking know. See, when I make a video and I'm like, damn, guys, I'm not feeling good today. I don't know what happened. You're a monster.
I know it.
I'm telling you right now. You read... Oh, shit. You read the news every once in a while. There'll be some woman that went crazy and did some psychopathic shit. I'm married to that girl, dude. I promise you.
You know what?
No.
It's a causal world. You know I didn't used to be a psycho?
Oh, I caused you to be a psycho? I will take some responsibility for that. I will.
I can't live with this guy forever like that.
I'll take some responsibility for being the causal factor in your psychopathy, but only if you're willing to admit that I purely nurtured what was already in there.
I won't give you that.
I didn't make you a psycho, just like the Tren doesn't make me an asshole. It just enhances what was already in there. I just unlocked your psychopathy.
You enhance me in so many ways, dear.
That's right. When are we going to go on when are we going to do some psycho shit together?
You mean psycho shit we can put on?
No, yeah, stuff that we can't put online.
Oh.
When are we going to do some really psycho shit?
I don't know. I'm not into the really psycho shit.
I keep trying to get somebody to show up at my front door so I can do some psycho shit. Nobody wants to go. Everybody's got a big ass mouth on fucking YouTube, but nobody wants to come test the castle doctrine. Come on down to Texas. If I called you a low-life piece of shit in a video, come on down to Texas. But see, Todd was the bigger man. Got to give it to him. I'm telling you, it's very rare. It's very rare that a human being impresses me. It's very, very, very rare. Especially when if I go to the degree that I went to attack somebody, and then they show themselves to be somebody I totally didn't expect them to be. That is a rare event, and it kind of tugs at my heartstrings a little bit. All right, I'm tired of holding this phone. I'll check back with y'all. All right, what do you have to show me?
This is Blue Super Water Bottle with his cape, his mask, his blue eyeshadow eyes, and his mouth. I made it to look like that.
And how did you come up with all this?
Well, I wanted to do a science experiment. So I took my empty water bottle, fill it up with water.
And then you just came up with all this on your own?
Well, yes.
The force is strong with this one.
Who's this one?
Oh, this is evil water bottle.
Evil water bottle versus
Gold evil water bottle.
versus who?
Blue super water bottle.
Already. That is awesome, my love. Thank you.
Can I give you guys some of the details?
I mean, yes.
So they're basically kind of the same. They have the same pattern.
You're moving around too fast.
And they have the same pattern cape.
How did you make the pattern cape?
Actually, I didn't really make it. I just cut some fabric, taped it on, and got some glue, put it on the water bottle, put the fabric on the water bottle where the glue was, then taped it just to make it secure both.
Just to make it secure?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you?
6.
Okay.
And then I glued some eyes, and then folded the piece.
Oh, you got like little googly eyes. You glued the eyes on there.
Yeah, then I folded the eye, and then I folded this piece of paper, and then I cut, and then I pulled it out. I teared it out.
Oh, okay.
Then
Mask.
To make a mask.
Yes.
Okay. It's very creative.
I colored it purple.
That is a fantastic job, my love. I love your creativity.
They have blue and gold and yellow eyes. And the mouth for both of them are just like this. I made them to be like this.
What is that? Is that a pipe cleaner?
Yes.
You used a pipe cleaner to make the mouth, and you bent it to the shape of a mouth.
Yes.
You're
What
a
were
genius.
those water bottles before they were super water
yes.
bottles? What'd you do with them?
Well, first, I should make an experiment. And I got some water, got some glitter, and I asked Mommy for some flour, but it didn't blast up.
You put water, flour, and glitter, and it didn't blast up like a volcano?
Yes.
Yeah,
So then
because
what'd you do?
what did you need to put in there?
Well, I needed to put vinegar and baking powder.
Soda.
That's
Yes.
right. Baking soda and vinegar would have worked.
Yes, and I put some glitter. I did a video and I called the blue glitter octopus brains, blue octopus brains, and the green crushed up coal.
Coral.
Yes.
Crushed up coral and blue octopus brains.
Yes.
Baking soda and vinegar. And did it work?
Yes.
It exploded.
Yes.
And the video's on her Instagram.
And I
And you
cleaned
put
it
the
up.
video on your Instagram.
For
Well,
Allie's
Mommy.
Science Lab.
Awesome.
Well-
See, we are all scientists in this house.
Then I cleaned it up, and I wanted to keep these in my room as a
Are you ready to tell my audience how aromatase expression works?
what?
We're still working on that one, right?
Huh?
Before long, this little girl right here is going to do a video on my YouTube channel where she's going to explain 5-alpha reduction, aromatase expression. She's gonna have a perfect working knowledge of this because she is a tiny little genius. But this is dinner. This is my next meal of the day. This is what the finished product of my wife's baby, you're in my light. My wife's pepper steak looks like. So I'm gonna cut this short, and I'll be back with you. Oh, look, there's our laundry. I'll be back with you in a little while. You want to say bye? Bye. What are you doing?
I'm eating chocolate with a spoon from the bowl.
Chocolate. What were you making?
Chocolate.
Ooh, Daddy's favorite. But
Do not eat them all, Daddy.
oh, why not? You got the chocolate from the bowl. I get to have all of the cupcakes.
No, everyone gets cupcakes.
Oh, Daddy's not very good at sharing, though. You think I should save you some?
Save everyone some.
But I had to save some of the cookies for you too, and I wanted to eat all of the cookies.
So we made a whole nother batch of cookies for you, Daddy, when you wanted to do that.
You did?
Yeah, and we already ate them.
What?
You wanted to eat the last cookies, and I asked if you would save one for her, and you left
And I
them
did.
for her. And then the next day, we made another batch of cookies, and you ate them. We all ate them. You too ate a ton of them. And they've been gone for a couple of days now, several days now.
Is that true?
Yes.
That was the second batch of cookies I ate?
Yes.
How many cookies have I eaten in the last month?
Oh my
I
God.
don't know.
I don't know, a lot.
Oh no.
That's the food baby.
But did you notice how the food baby was gone this morning? It was 6 peeled abs.
It was fucking beautiful this morning.
How about that? Okay, well, how long do we have to wait for the chocolate brownies? I mean, the chocolate cupcakes.
Maybe like a
When do you think they'll be ready?
when in the morning we're going to ice them. They'll be ready to eat.
Okay, I have bad news for you.
Right.
Some of those cupcakes are not going to make it to the icing. Because
Daddy's
I'm
cookies.
gonna gobble them up.
Daddy's
Are these
cookies.
are these the ones? Oh, these aren't even the good ones though.
They don't make that same thing that you used to get. They don't make
What?
that same brand anymore. I mean that same thing. They discontinued it in like 2021 or something. That's why we haven't had those in forever.
The fucking cupcakes with the little chocolate things in them.
Yes. I had to look up on their website to find out that they were discontinued.
Those were the best cup. What is wrong with the rest of the world?
That's why we haven't eaten them in so long. That's why we
Oh
eat these
my
now.
god. How could you let that happen, Allison? What is wrong with you?
Well, I don't even know
Those were my favorite.
what you're talking about.
You don't even remember them, do you? How old were you then? You're like 2 years old. Oh my god. Where have I been for the last 4 years that I haven't been getting to eat these?
We talked all about it.
Dude, I think I take way too much stuff.
I think so too.
My memory's not any good.
Because you were mad. I kept saying they're not at the store, they're not at the store, and you were so frustrated that they weren't at the store.
So what have I been eating instead?
Well, we haven't had a lot of cupcakes lately, but when we
I
do
guess I got
eat
hung on
them-
those. I got on those brownies.
Yeah, that's why we started doing the brownies. But we do eat anytime we make cupcakes.
You know, I'm
it's typically
vaguely starting to
downstairs.
remember this now. I think my sleeping pill thing, sometimes I think that lingers on. Like if we have a conversation early in the morning about something maybe,
Or late at
and,
night.
or late at night,
middle of the day.
or maybe after I just woke up from a GH coma,
when
or
you're-
before I'm going to sleep on a GH coma.
Or when you're looking at your computer or your phone.
Yeah. There's like maybe 5% of my waking hours that I have any hope of retaining anything that's said to me.
Are you licking the box?
Yeah. I love chocolate.
Dude, I tried to make
I'll make meat
I made that response video trying to give credit to Todd Lee, and then I tried to plug it on his channel. I commented on his channel, it's like, hey dude, I made a video clearing the air, and I linked my shit, and someone deleted it.
Maybe it was YouTube.
Why would YouTube delete basically an apology comment?
No, but people are always saying their comments get deleted on your
I mean,
channel.
I guess I can't blame dude though. Like, if some other YouTuber tried to link their content on my channel, I'd probably delete it too. Honestly,
Why would you?
the thing is, like, if I wanted to send subscribers to somebody else's channel, I would link their shit in my description. You know what I mean? Because if he lets that happen, then every swinging dick YouTuber suddenly comes along and starts trying to advertise in his comment section. So it's like he did the work to produce a video, and then somebody else piggybacks off. I know I'm already piggybacking as it is.
Maybe he doesn't like your.
Maybe he watched some more of my content and was like, you know what? Fuck this guy.
Yeah, and maybe he doesn't want the video of you trashing him advertised on his channel. That seems legit.
That wasn't the video. I advertised basically the apology video.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not really an apology. I'm not really big on apology. I mean, I did say it was fucked up that I shouldn't have called you that. I guess it was apology. See, it's even hard for
you're
dudes
like-
to admit that they actually apologize for some shit. Y'all might notice my language in this house while this tiny little person's walking around.
What
Hey.
do you see what you were saying?
Oh, you want to see what I'm seeing? Hey, Allison, how come you don't talk like Daddy?
What do you mean?
Well, you hear all these bad words in the house, but you don't say them.
Because I don't want to get in trouble.
So you're not getting in trouble with us?
And what did you tell Mommy the other day? Mommy said that she's not so much concerned about you saying bad words as long as you don't say them at inappropriate times. And what did you say?
I don't remember. I said.
What did she say?
She restricting herself. That's not exactly what she said. I can't remember the exact words now. I wasn't restricting you, but you were restricting you. Do you remember on the way home from?
Was Mommy making up stories again?
No.
Basically, hang on. I've always used foul, quote unquote, foul language in front of my kids because I don't believe there's such thing as bad language. I think the entire idea of bad words is intellectually indefensible. There's no such thing as a bad word. A word is just a word, and then you're either mature enough to handle the word or you're not. So every time somebody's like, "Oh my God, don't talk that way in front of me," I'm just like, "Fucking grow up." How can you be offended by a word? A word is nothing but a collection of sounds. And it's always the people who get real butthurt because you said fuck in front of them, but then they'll say something like fudge. It's the same thing. A language is just a medium to convey meaning. So if I say fuck and you say fudge, we're saying the same thing. You're just a fucking punk ass child who can't cope with reality, and so you like sugarcoat things. So it's so disgusting the world we live in. And it's usually, of course, I'm gonna say it's usually the religious people who are like, "Oh, don't use foul language in front of me," but they say the same things with different words. 100% of people on earth cuss. 100% of people cuss. Because it's the meaning of the word that makes it a curse. They used to be called curse words. So if I say, "Go fuck yourself," and you say, "Go roll down a hill," it's the same thing. You're saying the same thing because in your mind, you're thinking the same thing. It's the thought that counts. So why we can't as a species grow the fuck up and stop worrying about bad words, the whole idea is asinine. And so I don't get on to my kids about using bad words as long as they don't use them in public where it's going to cause me problems. And I have never had a problem with this. So my son cusses around the house. He goes to his friend's house. He goes to school. Well, not anymore, but anywhere he goes in public, he does not cuss. Because he is a representation of us in public, and because he's been taught to respect other people's values, no matter how fucking stupid they are. And so if he goes to the home of somebody who is Christian, which he does, one of his friends is Christian, he actually goes to church with one of his Christian friends, he does not go over there and badmouth their religion in their home, because he's been taught to respect other people's views. So even though he thinks Christianity is asinine, because he's a smart kid, he doesn't disrespect other people's views. I disrespect other people's views because this is my fucking channel. So I'm going to say what I want. But I'm not going to go in somebody else's house and tell them that they're a moron because they have covered the walls of their house with the very device that was used to murder their savior. You ever think about that? Like, imagine, I'm sure some comedians said this, imagine if Jesus Christ came back today and it's like, "Oh my God, there's crosses everywhere." Like, why would he want to see that? Why do you use a cross, a fucking torturing murder device, as like this representation of good? It makes absolutely no fucking sense. But, I mean, hello, let's be honest. Neither does the rest of the shit they believe. So, there you have it for now. I'll check back with you later. Whoa.
Ready.
Ding, I'm ready.
I got you, babe.
Look at those muffins.
They smell so good.
Oh, those weren't the muffins I was thinking
Oh,
about.
I know what you were thinking.
What?
You're always
What's up with this boiling water in there? Is that to moisten the top of them?
I hate to tell you why, because this is definitely, and I heard this from my sister.
You heard this from somebody. Did
I
you have a
did
peer-reviewed,
research.
double-blind, placebo-controlled study?
I did not.
Oh my
So I
God.
don't even want to tell you why I put that in there.
Oh, what did you hear?
That if you
Was it from
don't-
your aunt?
It was from my sister.
Your sister, even worse. Is she like Anthony Bourdain's acolyte?
Not only is she a Christian, but she's also a woman.
Oh my God, a
Those are
Christian
all
woman.
The worst things in your
This
world
is not
for-
looking good.
I know.
These are probably toxic, aren't they?
No, but I'm telling
Are they
you,
hepatotoxic?
They're definitely not hepatotoxic. I'll tell you. So she always said you put water in there because if there's nothing in there, that it will burn your pan. If you put it in the oven, that it can make burn marks on your pan.
Okay, I'm gonna go down this road with you. So,
I've never really.
so
thought it through.
let's think about this though. So we're gonna protect the pan at the cost of cooking while vaporizing water into the oven.
Just a little bit of water.
Does that seem like a good idea?
I feel like we should do a study.
We might need to do a study on this because I'm not sure that vaporizing water inside the oven when you're looking for a controlled temperature and environment is optimal. Maybe it is. I'm just speculating. See, I don't know either. But this is just my logical brain percolating. Like,
You like them really moist.
I do like them really moist. So
I feel like I have to say that earlier you were in here, we were talking, and I was being kind of sassy with you, and I was like, I was picking on you. And I don't
you
want
were picking on me?
Oh, good.
What were you picking on me about?
I was picking on you about, of course I was doing it because I do everything or whatever. And
Do you see this little
I
angel right here?
I don't want
Do y'all-
people to think that I was really being ugly or disrespectful or discontent with my
Do you see
life
this?
or my role. I'm happy, very happy with my role.
Oh, this is what I'm working with. Oh, did you hear that whistle off those teeth?
That's nice.
She's concerned that something she might have said in one of the clips earlier might be misconstrued by somebody in the audience as her being disrespectful to me. What
Or
an
discontent.
angel!
I don't want them to think I don't want anybody to think I'm discontent either.
Maybe-
Very happy with my role, and
I have very thick skin,
I know you do.
and my audience, I think, can appreciate that you have to live with this asshole, and you got to be able to give it as good as you take it.
Okay.
But that was very kind of you to be concerned about my feelings and my reputation or whatever it is you're concerned about. Oh my God. See, man, 1 in a million. Telling you, you do not find these every day. The links that this girl is willing to go to make sure that nobody thinks she's being disrespectful. She's amazing. Say night-night, sleep tight.
Night, sleep tight.
This is my other favorite girl in the world. Okay, you have to go to bed so that Daddy can eat all of the cupcakes. Okay, fine. I will save you 2.
Okay.
Just 2. I'm gonna eat all the rest of them though.
No, but other people want to eat.
Oh, okay. Okay, I promise I'll save some.
Save some, don't eat all of them.
Okay,
You
but
can-
only if you go to bed right now.
Okay.
All right, good night. All right, I'm back with another meal for the day. I've got 2 cups of Betty Crocker Suddenly salad, pasta salad, and another 4 ounces of chicken breast, just like last night. So I'm gonna be eating this and getting ready for a job interview that I have tomorrow, while this one plays Assassin's Creed.
Fails miserably.
How's that Minotaur been treating you?
Don't even. Ugh.
Look at those legs.
I don't know. I'm so bad at the.
Look at those feet.
I don't know how to get my builds together.
You don't know how to get your builds together. You definitely need to do something because there's a whole lot of dying going on over here.
I finally had to give up.
Look at that quad. You got a nice little cut in your leg too.
Oh, that's nice.
This lighting is favorable for you. Oh boy.
yeah, this is what we're doing. I'm probably getting ready to cut this video short. Actually, I probably will cut this video short now. I've got to get prepared for this interview. It's now midnight, and so we don't really need any more pillow talk on this video. I think this will give me some time to get this cut and uploaded. It's been a busy YouTube day between this and the other stuff that I've produced. So as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next